It'll be no, it'll be strict, guys. You got to stay in the boundaries, otherwise you'll all be running wide. uh, okay, let me just test your channel. Test, mic test. Okay, so okay, my commentary's in. They want me to do it. Well, I just get a lot of rumors around Ducati, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And don't worry, you're not live. Only I can be heard. Oh wow, that's awesome. I hope Anani gets another shot. I really hope Anani gets another shot at Ducati. I don't think he deserved to. Yeah, let's see what happens. Yeah, well, that's why I say I don't think he got a fair deal there, a fair shake. But okay, guys. So we've got everyone in. It looks like Lurt's in. Do you guys want to invite Lurt and everyone? I don't see him online. Let me just double check quickly. Is he? Let's see. Fitzy's online lost online 21 hours ago. So I don't know where he is. Do you want to? Okay, and then Lurt's in, and it's just Puddles that's missing from the A League. Yeah, let's give Fitzy a call and see if he's maybe he's just eating dinner or something. I don't know. And then yeah, if we can get him into to race, it'll be cool. And did anyone send Lurt an invite? Lurt, are you in the party? Okay, cool. Look, if we do turn penalties on tolerant, then obviously. Well, no, I'm not so worried about that. I mean, look, we all go off the track a little bit here and there. It's more to the fact that if somebody starts manipulating the track, especially if it's Le Mans with that long chicane, you know? Yeah. Yeah, I mean, look, even when I race, I try and, as hard as I can, to stay in the boundaries, even if it costs me a bit of time, because that's the name of the game, you know? If it were a real MotoGP, that actually, I mean, you know, when the guys race in Austria, they just touch their back wheel on that green paint and it's tickets for the lap. Oh, there's Homeless. Okay. Okay, well, we've got, what's it, 10 past 7. We've got Homeless in. We've got Lurt, Rusty, Brandon, Himmel, Ivan, PDP, and Jesse. Okay, so we've pretty much got a full... Let me just double check who else is. Uh, next round, yeah. You think he said? Yeah. Well, yeah, Justin. If the guys are happy, you can always hop into the race as a wild card now. But you've had no prep time, so it's up to you if you want to jump in. You want to jump? Yeah. Do you want to jump in, Justin? You can run. You can run. You'll just run both races if you're happy to. It's up to you. It's not like super strict. Is he? Are you there, Justin? Hello. Oh, I don't know. Okay. Okay, guys. So ready up when you're ready, and then we can get the show on the road. Yeah. It's in the group chat. Yeah. Actually, yeah. Let me put it on the Facebook page as well. Copy. Where's Justin? Where are they? Are you happy to? Okay, cool. Wait, let me send you an invite quickly. Hold on. Lurt's just been bombed out. Okay, it's fine. I've got to send Lurt an invite as well. So let me go quickly and send Justin and Lurt a re-invite. And then once we've got you two in, we can hit the tarmac. Lurt, invite. And... Okay, and Justin, huh? Okay, Justin, you should get an invite now. Take anything but a Suzuki. We've got too many Suzukis. Or Yamaha, yeah, for that matter. KTM is actually brilliant. Okay, so you got the Honda. So we got the Brighton, Justin on the Honda, Homeless on the Yamaha, Rusty on the Suzuki, Brandon on the Yamaha. Homeless, is he running the Petronas Yamaha? Okay, and then Himmel on the Suzuki, Ivan on the Yamaha, PDP on the KTM, and Tracy on the Ducati. No, it doesn't matter. You run what you want. You can, but if you teammate, then you got to run factory, yeah. Oh, shit, but... Oh, wait, I'll send him another one. Hold on. Okay, I think he's got a connection issue. He wasn't. There he is. There he is. There he is. There he is. Okay, lovely. All right, everyone ready up? Let's get into this 10-minute qualifying. Strict rules. So keep it tidy. Okay. Is it on? Did I turn it on? Okay, it is off. It is off. Okay, here we go, guys. You know what? I'm going to confuse the heck out of you guys if I'm commentating and you Oaks are racing, so I better leave the party. Yeah, do you know how to mute me if you need to? Okay. Click on my name and mute. Yeah. No, okay. Okay, so for those of you who are listening on Facebook or tuning into the live stream, this is event number 3 of the RideFast Magazine ESport Championship, and we've got the A-League MotoGP guys in qualifying at Jerez. So who will be throwing down the gauntlet from the get-go? Arvid says he's going to be. We're on board with Brandon. And we're going to follow him because he's chasing the guys down the main straight. Okay, so we got the Rusty going down a little bit early. Guys just getting in some 10-minute laps of qualifying, but also some practice so that they know what to do come race time. So Brandon over the line, starting his fast lap, and we've got nice and tidy there, just about keeping it in. Here's Brandon, our championship leader. So just so that everyone knows where we are in the championship, I'll look up the results in a sec while you guys watch our championship leader keep it nice and tidy in the track limits. Right, so looking at the qualifying, you'll see the red bars on the left. All the red bars indicated fastest sectors. We're following Brandon because he's our championship leader, and it looks like he's nice and silky smooth through those series of right-handers and onto the last left-hander for the main straight. So Brandon will be putting up the fastest time to start off with. And then we should see what the guys do when they follow. 135.3 is the fastest. And he's continuing to push, and we'll see what the other guys can do. Ivan's going to be next, putting his time down. And then he goes across the line in the Patronus Yamaha. Ivan takes a 134.7, goes a little bit quicker than Brandon does. Half a second quicker. So Ivan really throwing down the gauntlet and setting the pace quite early on in this qualifying. PDP looks like he's putting together a real quick lap. He's got orange sectors, which means PBs for him. Will it be quick enough to take him? It will take him to 4th, just behind Rusty. JC doing some quick series of laps there on the Ducati. It looks like just De Bruyton has gone down, sliding it out of that series of right. Looks like he's got some setting up to do on that bike. Brighton's in the pits, probably making some minor adjustments. Nice and tidy there. Rusty's putting in some PBs, but we'll stay on JC, see what he's able to do as he crosses the line. And then we'll switch over to Rusty, see how he's doing. Everything moves up to 5th. Here comes Rusty. His homeless goes down somewhere in the back. On the front wheel, balancing away, is Rusty. Keeping it nice and tidy as he exits that turn. See if he's able to improve on 3rd. No, he's not. Ivan looks like he's pushing the boundaries again of just keeping in track limits there. No penalty for him. Nice and silky smooth. Red sector, red sector, red sector. A little bit squarely through the last right-hander into the last left. Nice and neat. 134.7 was his previous best. He puts together a cross the line 134.2. So it goes even quicker, half a second quicker than his previous time. Brandon's challenging now with his 1.1 seconds drift, although he's got PBs, he's got oranges, so the Yamahas seem to be working well around here. Brandon just goes out of track limits there, pushes it a bit too far. So our championship leader seems with 4 minutes to go left in qualifying, just struggling to find that edge that Ivan has had so far in qualifying. Rusty going through the last sector. Let's keep an eye on him and see how he does. Keeping it nice and tidy and tight in those track limits. 1.4 seconds adrift on Ivan. Stays in, no, moves up to 2nd. Goes just 1 second adrift of Ivan's time and moves ahead of Brandon. PDP going orange, Lurt going orange. Let's have a look at Lurt and see how he's doing on the Ducati. Completely sideways through that left-hander. Now into the series of rights. Tight right. And now the right-handers get a little bit less restrictive. Somebody spawned in there in front of him. His teammate. And he just goes out of the track limits there, so that lap probably won't count towards the qualifying. JC just getting a little bit in his way, maybe can use him as a bit of a slipstream down the main straight. We're all PBs coming from the guys. Lurt moves up to 4th, and somebody endos right out of nicely held endo there. Managed to hold it and the crowd go wild. Lurt pulls out of that lap. So let's go to Rusty and see how he's getting on. Orange sectors, PBs going even faster than he was earlier on that Suzuki. Suzuki seems to be quite favoured. Just on the blue tarmac there, nice and wide through here, so you can pull it tight again and carry some top end down this start-finish straight. 1.043 adrift. And stays in 3rd. Stays 1.043 adrift and goes down in the first corner. The Brighton puts together a lap, completes a clean lap. His teammate, Rusty's teammate, Emil Beerson, looks like he's going through his personal best sectors. A little bit wide there on that left-hander, pulls it back. Now the series of right, looks like he's sporting a Spider-Man helmet. Himmel stays 4th. And goes down in the last. Let's see, Rusty's got orange sectors. Carrying a nice fast line through that left-hander. Onto the next left, long leftist. And then onto our series of right-handers. Still orange. Let's see what if he's able to do a PB in this last sector here. Just touch the green stuff there. Maybe you can still hold it together to put a fast lap in. Nicely on the blue tarmac. Nicely through that one, and his last left-hander coming up. Just too wide. Looks like the front wheel locking up there. I don't think he'll be going faster than his previous. So qualifying over now, we'll have Lut and PDP finishing their last flying laps. So we'll see what Lut's able to do on the Ducati. We're pretty close, 134.2. Brandon only 700ths of a second off. 1 second behind is Rusty. 1.6 Himmel. Lut still giving it a push on the Ducati. Nice on the blue stuff. Keeping it tight. Keeping it tidy. Just a little bit too far there on the green paint. PDP is busy putting in a good lap as well, it looks like. Crosses the line, moves up 1 spot to 6, pushes to Breitang back down to 7th. Breitang is actually wildcarding in this race. So, doing very well in 7th, keeping Jesse and Homeless behind him. Homeless not able to put in a lap. A clean lap yet to take a spot. So we've got Ivan 134.2, Brandon 134.9, Rusty 135.2, excuse me, 1 second down, Himmel Beerson 135.6, then Lut, PDP, Breitang, Jesse and Hammers. So 2 Yamahas, 2 Suzukis, Ducati, KTM, Honda, Ducati, Yamaha. Okay, we'll let the guys do their final little tweaks and adjustments before the race starts. And we've got a nice mix of Ducatis and Suzukis and Hondas and a loaded KTM in the form of PDP. Difficult circuit this to master, not very wide, lots of braking, lots of opportunities to lose momentum if you get a corner wrong, and to be fast you need to be smooth. Everyone ready? We'll get the race 1 at Jerez underway for the MotoGP RideFast Magazine ESport Event 3 race. The guys sporting RideFast Magazine on the helmets, customizable in this game. We will try and get some nice shots. So the race is underway. Brandon with a very good start there. Gets the whole shot off the line into the first corner. And we'll see if everyone holds steady. Everyone does hold steady. So nice and clean. Brandon in the lead. We're following on Ivan. Ivan in the 3rd place there. Pushing Rusty a little bit wide, but manages to hold it. Brandon pulling away in the meantime. Both go wide through the top of the hill on the right-hander. We'll have the run going over the straight. Ivan's got the momentum. But look at Rusty diving down the inside. Late on the brakes. No collisions in this form of the game, as we're trying to keep the momentum of the racing going. Got some good racing there. So we'll switch now to the rear wheel of Brandon. We'll see Ivan slowly gaining on him, but with a whole gaggle of hungry riders behind him. So it looks like Himmelbiersen is able to get through. A little bit wide there by Ivan. Just on the gravel. Was he able to get him? We have a Suzuki in second. No, it's a Yamaha 1-2. Himmel in third. Rusty in fourth. Lurt in fifth. PDP and De Gruytong in sixth and seventh. Changing positions. Very wide there, a couple of guys. Looks like somebody's going off in the background, but Ivan's still holding second from Himmel, while our championship leader Brandon busts off in the distance and is able to hold steady. We'll have a look at the action between Ivan and Himmel from the view of Rusty. Heavy on the brakes, back wheel in the air. Brandon in first, Ivan in second, Himmel in third. Rusty languishing there in fourth with 4 laps to go. Doesn't look like they are able to make any inroads into catching Ivan. Ivan 1.1 the gap between Brandon and Ivan. It looks like Ivan's making a push to close that gap. Brandon's still in first, Ivan in second, Himmel in third. Spaced evenly, it looks like by about a second and a half between the top 4. Let's have a look at what else is going on further back. Homeless Quinn struggling to get a hold of that beast. The front takes very easily in this game. So Homeless just seems to be struggling, maybe running wide every now and again. Got a clear circuit 5 seconds behind De Gruytong. De Gruytong was quite high up a little bit earlier on, so he must have had a couple of moments. He's in the Repsol Honda behind PDP, going tighter line than PDP. Maybe just trying to, well, there we go, pushes, has to just throttle off, not to run wide. A little bit of lag there by PDP. Just frightens the heck out of everyone. Looks like while we watch this battle, for 6th and 7th, the gap staying steady in the front. You'll see the white blocks, 0.8, 0.9, the gap between Brandon and Ivan. So Ivan definitely trying to make a push to catch up. Jesse went down there on the Ducati. A little bit further back, so he's struggling still. Now half a second between Brandon. We're going to go back to the front. See now Ivan is getting on there, so it's given Brandon a very good push with only half a second between the two of them with 2 laps to go. So Brandon trying to hold off the charge from Ivan's side while Himmel holds third, 2 seconds drift. Looks like Himmel's going to have some Suzuki company there in a second. And just behind Rusty is Lurt. It's not too far. But Rusty definitely making a push. Ivan seems to have dropped back a little bit, lost half a second again. So Brandon maybe faster in some parts of the circuit, has a little bit more, and Ivan faster in the other parts of the circuit. A little bit wide there by Neil, allowing Rusty to close in that gap. Half a second off. Fast right-handers these. We'll see what the last couple of laps bring in. I think we'll have some hard charging to see. What happens. 1 second now, the gap between Brandon at the front. So there's our front leaders. Brandon with a second, 1.2 now the gap. So that qualifying pace by Ivan not pulling through. Brandon holding steady in the front. Obviously made some fine-tuned some adjustments just before race time. And he's putting the hammer down to keep Ivan behind him. 0.3 the gap now between Himmel and Rusty. Rusty making a good impression there. See if there's any team orders here. Rusty's a little bit higher in the championship than Himmel, but we'll see if the two Suzukis stay nice and neat and tidy towards the last lap. We're on the penultimate lap at the moment. And we'll see if they are able to hold the third and fourth places down. 1.7 seconds now Brandon is put on to Ivan, and 3 seconds adrift. You can just see them there in the distance. Lewis still holding 5th place, Brighton 6 seconds adrift in 6th place. So here we go. Last lap, Rusty trying to go around the outside of his teammate. Himmel gets the drive down the straight. Going to maybe take a dive up the inside, late on the brakes. Holds the front end steady. PDP goes down just behind, a little bit further back. But Rusty takes 3rd place away from his teammate. So I don't think there would be any team orders. I don't think Himmel would let him have it. But most certainly a little bit on the grass there, that'll destroy his momentum and may even cause him to fall back into the hands of Lewis, who is now seeing the opportunity get a little bit closer and closer. I see they're running the water scoop on the bottom of those Suzukis. If it does anything in the trial, Rusty needs to hold steady in 3rd place. The back wheel is coming up in the air. So 1.3 seconds now. The lead between Brandon and Ivan. Is Brandon coming up on a back marker? Looks like it. No, where did we miss that? Sorry about that, folks. Seems like Brandon must have made a mistake somewhere and Ivan slipped through. So Ivan in the lead now. Brandon 1.5 seconds behind him. And Rusty 2 seconds behind them on the final lap. So you blink and you miss it. We'll have to go to instant replay. But over the line on the last lap, so Ivan does take it in the end. The B team Yamaha takes it over the factory Yamaha. Rusty finishes 3rd on the Suzuki, podium for Suzuki, 3rd and 4th, and Lewis on the Ducati in 5th place. Good race. There comes De Brighton and the Repsol Honda with a big number 3 on the front. PDP brings the KTM home in 7th. Homeless Scrum doesn't do such a bad job to finish. He's not that far behind. Jesse looks like he's either had a bit of a technical difficulty, stuck on the side of the track. So well done, Ivan, stealing it on the last lap from Brandon. So it's Ivan, Brandon, Rusty, Himmel, Lewis, De Brighton, PDP, Homeless Scrum and Jesse. Penalties there just on 4 seconds. The game automatically calculates it, but Rusty well ahead to claim that 3rd spot. 134.9. Best lap by Ivan. Brandon actually getting the fastest lap, 134.6. 135s further down, 136s, 138s, and 141. We're off to the second race of this event 3 of the RideFast Magazine ESport Championship. We're heading now to France, to the Le Mans circuit. We'll wait for the guys to ready up, have a bit of a break before we get started. We've got a request for a latecomer. Let me just see if I can get him in. Oh, is it? Okay. So we had Baby Puddles join the racing. Fortunately, it looked like he was a bit running a bit late, but he'll be with us for the second race at Le Mans. So we've got another Yamaha on the grid, 4 Yamahas now, so there's 2 Suzukis, 2 Ducatis, and a KTM. Looks like Darren's gone out, so we'll just get him back. Hey guys, I'm just going to try and get Darren back. Okay, there we go. He's back online. Let's send him another invite. How was that, guys? Did you enjoy that? What happened there, Brandon? I saw you were leading, and then I was following the 2 Suzukis around, and then the next thing, Ivan was in front. Sure. I said, did you go down? Okay. Yeah, if it's a slow corner, you can usually restart quite quickly, so... let's just see, I think his connection dropped. Rusty, was that a bit of team orders going on there? Okay. Brandon, yeah, he said he's joining now. Sorry, not Brandon, Darren. Where's... Okay, somebody just shout if you see Darren come in. I'm just going to send him another invite. Uh, okay, Darren, are you in? Okay, cool. We all in? Okay, here we go. Everyone ready for France? Okay. I'm going to exit the body so I can. Yeah, I'm going to exit the body as well so I don't distract you guys. I'll rejoin afterwards. Okay, look at that stunning picture. Okay, so guys, we're at Le Mans for the RideFast magazine Event 3 Race 2 for the A-League, which is your MotoGP guys. Just for those that don't know, we run manual gearboxes, so you need to learn to change gears yourself, and then it's all pro settings as well for the A-League. So you've got to watch that front end from washing out all the time, and you've got to get used to running certain settings. So usually we run the A-League on a Tuesday night, but due to some unforeseen circumstances, we had to push the A-Leaguers to Thursday night. And we will be running the B-League straight after this. B-League is Moto 2 for the guys that are a little bit slower and are developing. And at the end of the season, we'll reassess and see who's quick and who's not. And some of the quicker guys in the B-League will move up to the A-League. Some of the slower guys in the A-League will be given the choice to move down to the B-League. So we're going to join on Ivan. See how he's getting on. Guys crossing the line now, starting their first laps here at Le Mans. Fast right-hander. We'll have a bit of a commentary through the circuit into the left-right chicane. Critical to get out of the chicane as quickly as possible. Over the hill and down to the left-hander. In the old days that used to go straight down into a hairpin bend. Now it's a long round hairpin and back up the hill towards the long left-hander. So we're following on Ivan, who's in the first sector, but it looks like, I was going to say Rusty was putting together a clean fast sector, but he went down. So Ivan's the man to stay with. Double right-hander, down a hill, tricky right-hander that you can lose the front so easily in that first section. And then down the back straight into the left-right chicane. Very fast left-right chicane this. Also critical to get out quickly. You can make up or lose a lot of time coming out of that long chicane. So Puddles and Beerson also on their fast laps. Looks like Beerson will be the first guy across the line. He sets the benchmark time of 1:31.4. Brandon is in red, Lutz in orange. Puddles goes second, 1.4 seconds adrift. Let's see where Ivan lands up. Ivan goes and stays in 8th. So looks like he's got some work to do. Brandon now in the final sector on the Yamaha, Monster Yamaha. It's double right-hander, tricky, you can't run wide there. You'll get a penalty if you run wide and you get too far on the sticks. But Brandon, red sectors, he goes top. 1:30.6. Just under a second quicker than Hemel Beerson. So our championship leader, Brandon, setting a good benchmark there, comes out of it squarely out of that chicane, over the hill and down to this long right-hander. another place where it's easy to lose the front. And we've seen in the real MotoGP the Hondas struggle around that right-hander using the front there quite often. Huddle's putting together a fast lap. So our Monster Yamaha teammate who didn't take part in the first race, a little bit wide there. He gets time deducted for that. At 2.3 seconds, he's restarting his lap with 6 minutes to go because he ran wide. Brandon seems to be going quick again. 2 red sectors. So have a look how he's getting on. Front wheel in the air and the change of direction, nice and neat. You can see the fastest guys usually are quite smooth looking. Just perfectly through that double right, not too far wide. 130.6, 130.062 now. Now half a second. Rusty put in a quick lap there while we weren't watching. He went up to second. Ivan now goes into second and Rusty third. So top 3 covered by half a second. Pearson's doing orange sectors there on the Suzuki. That awesome looking Suzuki, I must add. He's got 3 orange sectors, setting some personal best times there. Let's see how far off he is from the leaders. Nicely out of that last. Brayden goes down while we weren't looking. Pearson stays 4th. Brandon, Ivan, Rusty, Pearson. Very tricky chicane that he's going into there. So Rusty's putting in a few quick sectors there. Let's see where he is. He's going into the long left-hander. He's going red. Ivan's going red. Rusty's a little bit further ahead on circuit, so we'll follow him. Sideways into the double right. Nice and neat. Onto the back straight. The RideFast magazine, our sponsor. Import goes down too heavy on the brakes into that chicane. So let's see how Ivan's getting on. Red sectors all around. Nice and neat through there. Red, red, orange for Ivan. Lost a bit of time in that 3rd sector to Brandon. See if he's able to make it up in the 4th. Lewitt's also putting some PBs together with 3 minutes left. Nicely across those curves. Nice and neat, just not touching the paint. Ivan goes quicker, so he was able to make up a bit of time in that 4th sector. Half a second in fact on Brandon. So Ivan goes top of the sub 130. First sub 130 we've seen. So well done Ivan, nice and neat. Not overly aggressive. Obviously got the setup for that bike nice and worked out and dialed in. But Rusty going now. Red sectors. First, second sector to reds. Hopefully keeps it neat and tidy into this tricky left-hander. A little bit wide, has to back off on the throttle to keep it neat. Goes orange, loses time, and goes down in that fast right-hander. So unfortunately, not quite working out for him. Ivan and Brandon not putting any laps on now. Ivan's coming out and he's giving it another go, maybe trying to improve on his time. Maybe he thinks Brandon's going to push him back a bit. Nice quick change of direction there by Ivan. Down and right down the hill. Nice and good acceleration up towards this long left-hander. Late on the brakes. Touches the apex. This can be taken as a single apex or a double apex left. But important to get that run onto that straight. Brandon going quick. Let's have a look. See, Brandon's putting a good lap together there. Ivan ran wide there, so obviously he bailed out of that lap, but Brandon nicely down this back straight. Red sector. Let's see if he's holding that red sector for the third. Nice and neat through there. Not too wide, but doesn't go red, stays grey. So not even a PB for him. Back wheel up. There, so heavy onto the brakes. Let's see if he's able to, like Ivan was, pull something together in the final sector. Nice and neat through there. Somebody goes, Jesse goes down in the background. So 129.6, Brandon does still stays in second, unable to make a dent on Ivan's time just yet. So only sub 130. Brandon will have another lap if he can keep it nice and tidy through here. Lurks on his PB, but Baby Puddles on his PB. Brandon down in that first sector. Still grey. Not faster Puddles. Let's join on Puddles. Let's see if he's he's going up the hill already. Through the chicane. I don't know why he's going through there. If he's through the orange, he probably crossed the line in grey. That's right. So Brightong, Homeless and Jesse unable to put lap times together. And Rusty going down. So it looks like we're going to be that looks like to be our final times on qualifying. Ivan with a 129.6, only sub 130 time. Brandon half a second behind. Lewis 800s, but our top four covered by less than a second. So there's our qualifying, 129.6. So Ivan, pole, Brandon 130.0. Just about half a second off. Lewis in third, Rusty in fourth, 130.6. Pearson 130.8, EDP 131, and Puddles 132. So we've got a double Yamaha again at the front. And we'll get the racing underway shortly. Okay, 5 seconds to race start. The chicane is going to be interesting, to say the least. Let's see how the guys get on with the difference in speed. Going a little bit slower into the long right-hander initially, and then left into the chicane. So Brandon's stealing the show the last race, he was getting the whole shot. He does it again, it looks like. But there would be elbows if it wasn't for the collisions off. So Lurt going down in the Ducati, Brandon holding steady in the front. Looked like Rusty going down there in the middle. Not sure who. I think it was Rusty, because Beerson's still up there and Rusty's down in 9th. Ivan holding steady at first. Brandon in 2nd. Brandon now in 1st. Ivan takes the inside. He may run a bit wide. Brandon may cut back in and get it. And he does. So he gets that drive down the straight on Ivan. Into the double right. Ivan a little bit wide. Brandon takes the tight line on the inside. You're going to watch the guys if they don't take advantage, too much advantage. Otherwise they will get penalties and they will lose their positions towards the end of the race. Nice drive out of that double chicane by Ivan. Good race in the front here between Brandon and Ivan. Ivan taking a very tight line. Brandon losing some speed unfortunately through that chicane, and Ivan just pulling a few tenths of a second away from him heading towards the down there. But Ivan goes wide in that long right-hander. Brandon keeps it nice and tight and manages to put up the hill and gain back what he lost through the chicane. And so we've got, for the time being, Ivan in 1st, Brandon in 2nd, and Beerson on his Suzuki in 3rd. Brighton is doing a much better job in 4th, but having a good tussle at the back there. There's Brighton and Puddles. And Rusty just bringing that group up at the back, trying to make up a little bit of time he may have lost at the beginning of that race. It looked like he had gone down. Brighton goes up the inside there of Puddles, but loses his momentum up the hill, and Puddles gets him back down. Good changing of positions here, quite regularly. Look at Brighton carrying that fast inside line, and then they change going up the hill. I'm not too sure if this tussling is allowing PDB to catch up a little bit, but Rusty's 1.7 seconds grip. We'll check back on what's happening there in a minute. But Brandon not far away from Ivan, goes a little bit wide through that double right chicane. Sorry if there's audio quality is a bit poor, guys, but we'll have to try and work something out before the next event. So Brandon goes up the inside there, and that long right-hander holds a nice line through there. A little bit wide going through the left. Ivan stays tight on the inside. Into the double right. Brandon a little bit wide. Ivan holds a tight line. So good race going on at the front here. Nothing separating the top two. And now it looks like Emil Beerson's got Puddles to contend with. So the second monster Yamaha coming into contention and taking on the factory Suzuki. And we see there Emil Beerson going a little bit wide into that chicane, and Puddles carrying some nice drive up the hill. But Beerson holding it steady for now. Brandon looks like he's gone into the lead in the front. These guys still swapping paint in positions as this race goes past the halfway point. I can tell you there's some sweaty palms with remotes in hand at the other end of this, as there would be in gloves on throttles. So Ivan a little bit loose going into that chicane, but holds a nice line through, and he's going to carry some nice drive out towards this last sector. So we'll see what he's able to do. Just hanging on by his fingernails to the back of Brandon. He's sure he just wants to keep his claws in for the last lap. So we've got Yamaha, factory Monster Yamaha first, Petronas Yamaha second, Himmel Beersum on the Suzuki in third, Monster Yamaha in the form of Baby Puddles, who unfortunately didn't take part in the first race. He is in fourth place, just keeping his hooks in on the factory Suzuki. Rusty's pushed up to fifth now. He's going up and over the hill. Any mistakes from the front guys will push him up a position. There's our KTM rider in sixth place. Alert on the Ducati going around. Looks like Justin, or the Brayton, lost the front end to going down there, and then we've got the other Petronas Yamaha bringing up the rear. So Brandon seems to have pulled away and gained a second on Ivan. 1.1, 1.2 seconds now. So Ivan just maybe losing some time. Brandon stringing some fast laps together and making good headway to pull that lead full clear and out of striking distance for the penultimate lap. Looks like Lurtz on the factory Ducati went down through the complex, going into the last sector. Aerobatic Rusty still in fifth place. And the race for third and fourth, that final podium position going on between Himmel Beersum and Baby Puddles. Beersum on the Suzuki just having the edge on Puddles. And it looks, just watching the time there, that Ivan hasn't given up hope yet. It's only half a second off. But on track you can see the gap is probably about 5 or 6 bike lengths behind. So maybe Ivan just quicker in that first sector than Brandon. And Brandon quicker in the second to last, third to last sector. So really, really wide there by Puddles. And our Spider-Man helmet there of Himmel Beersum holding a solid podium third place. Puddles right behind him. Let's have a look at Brandon through this first sector. Still holding steady. Ivan not giving up. Half a second there. Last lap. Looks like Beersum went down. So that'll give Puddles third place. So Beersum losing his podium spot. And to his teammate Rusty, which will help Rusty in the championship. So last lap, last chance for Ivan to see if he can make anything happen here. But big gap now, 10 bike lengths into this last chicane. I think Ivan's going to throw everything he can at it. Brandon going a little bit wide. Let's see who's able to keep their nerve in this last sector. Puddles holding third safely. Oh, Brandon goes real wide, makes a big mistake. I don't know if that penalty will cost him time, but he crosses the line first. And Ivan gets second, Puddles third, Rusty fourth, Pearson fifth after that crash. PDP, Lurt, Quinn and the Brighton. So we'll have a race direction review. After that last corner incident. So Brandon taking the win there after penalties as well, despite that last corner incident, with a quickest lap of 129.4, or quickest lap going to Ivan on a 129.3. So Brandon breaking through that 130 barrier as well during the course of that race. Puddles getting third, Rusty fourth, Pearson fifth, PDP, Lurt, Homeless and De Brighton. Yeah, Brandon was in the parking lot. Thanks guys for watching. Tune in next week Tuesday for event 4 of the RideFast Magazine A-League MotoGP ESports Championship.